How are you today, my comic book peeps? It was a 6 comic book week for me this week. This is the first one. It's a number 1 from Image by Brian Buccellato and Tony Infante, Sons of the Devil. It was a $2.99 book, so that's what made me pick it up. I went with the guy in a steer skull holding a knife with blood drawings on him cover. There was 3 covers to choose from in this one. One with a puppy and a baby. The other, I guess the regular cover I've seen images of. I have no idea what this is about. I think it was a Kickstarter book that then got picked up. The artwork looks all right. We'll see. Like I said, it was a $2.99 book, so it got my attention. Oh, and by the way, Ghosted number 20 from last week that I got was the last issue of Ghosted. I didn't realize it was going to be. The story wrapped up nicely. And if somebody is out there is looking to hunt down Ghosted, you now have a finite number of issues to get, which is 20. I guess that's what? 4 trade paperbacks. It was a good comic though, Ghosted, and sad to see it go, but we'll see if something else takes its place. And Ragnarok is back with issue number 5 from Walt Simonson, Laura Martin, and John Workman. Artist, colorist, and letterer. Walt's story of Thor after Ragnarok. It's not your Marvel Thor, it's his own version of it. He comes back to life after the world has ended. He doesn't know what happens. Everything's changed. He can't figure out. That's him right there. He doesn't even have a lower jaw. Let's see. There he is. He's fighting some trolls and this and that, and trying to figure out what's going on in this brave new world that he finds himself in. But nicely drawn, nicely written, nicely lettered, nicely colored comic, Ragnarok. And next we have Outcast with a magenta swath down the cover. Here, this is, I guess they're going on a road trip. Last issue, they said they were going to track down this girl who left their town and who may or may not be a demon or may not have answers. Paul Azaceta's doing a really nice job on the artwork. The story is moving a little slow but steady as these two try to figure out if they're going up against demons or something else, and if this guy over here, what they call him Outcast, the younger guy, and he doesn't know why, but his touch hurts the demons or whatever they are. So this is a book that's all about figuring out what's going on, and they're kind of adrift right now, going on a road trip, trying to find their moorings. Outcast. And then we come to Wayward, number 8. Old lady feeding her cats, it looks like. Wayward's been a good book. I'm not overly fond of the art on Wayward. I find it could use some better inking, but, you know, a lot of modern comics rely on coloring rather than inking these days, so you can't always get what you want. But I'm enjoying the story. The artwork is solid and does the job, if not spectacular. Let's see. With issue 6, they brought a whole new introduced a whole new bunch of characters, and I think they just met up with the old character, a couple of the old characters in the last issue. So now I think they're trying to get the whole gang back together in this issue. And we'll see where it goes from there, as all these sort of newfangled kids who have something to do with mythical creatures have to go up against the old school mythical creatures who don't want anything to change. Anyway, Wayward, good comic, enjoying it. And here we go with some Mr. X. Now there is sort of a classic Mr. X cover, all about graphics and shape and line, and wow, it's just, that's all you. Bald man, dark glasses for eyes, ray gun, big red knocked out Mr. X. That's good stuff right there. This is issue 4 of 4. Like I said, Mr. X is a comic that I wonder if anybody new will ever pick up, because it's a little bit esoteric, a little bit wordy, and a little bit different than everything else that's out there. So I don't know if, a new person jumping on will necessarily embrace Mr. X. I think it's one of those series that it's like, oh, yeah, got to go back and read some of the old stuff. Now, not all series are like that, but Mr. X just might be. But anyway, I've read all the old stuff, so I enjoy Mr. X. And our last comic for the week is Deadly Class. One of my favorites, Rick Remender and Wes Craig. I very much enjoy this. I like the artwork. I think Wes Craig is a great storyteller. Sort of kids who are in a bad place get mixed up with a criminal element. The kids are criminals themselves, and everything goes to hell. No, it's funny. I saw a review of this. I can't remember who reviewed it, but they said they couldn't relate to any of the main character kids, and I was like, wow, if you can relate to that group of psychos, I certainly can't relate to any of the main character kids. I mean, they're all like homeless, messed up psychos who are being taught to kill. So I'm not sure if you're meant to relate to them, but either way, they are entertaining their travails and troubles. So if you're looking for a fun, I don't know what I'd classify this as, a crime comic, a comic about criminals, teenage criminals. That's a solid question. Sounds like it's about to rain really hard out there. Oh well, I better go and close some windows in this place before it rains me out. You guys have a good week. Right, so I closed the windows that were facing the rainward way, windward, whichever. So now everything won't get all wet. And I'll give you a look at my 2 background pieces. The color piece I just finished yesterday and put up on my Society 6 page as a print. It's this is a full color print. It's Keep These Freaks Away From Me. This is my I don't know what to call him, strange little alien guy. Hold on one second, I'll show you. Bam. I actually reused the image. This is a small painting I did back in 2006, and I always liked the image, and I was messing around with it, and I wanted to make a print of it. And this is what I came. I actually, it's not the same artwork since I redrew it for the print, because making something out of that, scanning in that painting and printing from it wouldn't quite work. And I came up with that little, I don't know what you'd call that, ironic speech, shouting balloon for it. Keep those freaks away from me. The freak wants the freaks kept away from him. So I find that amusing. I don't know why. And this other one is a black and white piece that I haven't done much with. You can see it uses all sorts of, I'm going to color this one day and maybe make a print out of it. Uses all sorts of pattern and shape, and that's going to be tricky to figure out the color and all that, but someday I will. So, does this have a name? Dense Day. Okay, I guess it is a little dense. So there we go. Keep Those Freaks Away From Me and Dense Day. Those are my 2 background pieces for the week.